morning, everybody. I just wanted to come to you this morning and show you real quick what these little kits look like before they go off. They'll be going off in the morning. I have them, everything grouped together in their own little groups and then wrapped in packaging. So everything is divided up so you can tell what's what when you open your bag. Everything will be in little glassine bags. I have 2 or 3 sizes of glassine bags, and I have a little angel and all the parts that go with the angel in that, and the little oval thing with all the quotes on it. That's in its own bag. Every little individual gift that was in the grandma bag is in its own little individual packaging. So you can tell what's what. Everything, if I was doing this when I got the kit, everything would be coffee dyed and baked in the oven. I even coffee dye my lace and all that. But then I kind of rinse it because I don't want to get that too dark. But I dye it to get the white off. Even if it's the ivory, I still dye it. And then I rinse it just a little bit to get, so it's not too awful dark. You have the little glassine bags in here for the candy and the gum. Because, you know, Grandma was never without a treat, especially at church or when she came to visit. So I wanted to put a treat in here from Grandma. So even the little glassine bags, I bake, I coffee dye and bake in the oven. These little tags are the only thing you're going to have in here that's going to be already dyed. Because I dyed the whole package. I just bought one package because I hadn't messed with them before. And I didn't know what I was doing really. So I just got one package to see. So they were all already dyed, and I baked these too. I just dipped them in coffee, sprinkled them with cinnamon, and then if you spray your cinnamon after you sprinkle your paper, if you sprinkle your cinnamon on there on the wet coffee dyed paper, and then if you spritz it, it will stay. It won't. And I like them heavily all cinnamoned up. I love the smell of cinnamon and vanilla and all that. So, but this will be in your package. It will already be stained, baked, and all that. The little tags, you will find this little tag that goes on the front of your bag on this little tag here. This little thing, all this is in a little tiny glassine bag. This little tag is in there too. Your tag that says Grandma bag is on your sheet of quotes. So you just cut that off, tear it around uneven or however you want to do it, or cut it in a square or whatever. You have a little piece of corrugated cardboard in there in your little package, and you know how to put the things together. Most of you do, so that's no problem. This is clipped onto your sack in there, but this is on the little sheet of quotes, so you'll have to cut that off, bake it, and that whole sheet will have to get baked anyway. So let's just open one up real quick and see what we've got here. This top bag, you'll have a couple of extra bags for your own use once you get these things all undone. Like this bag, you know, it's of no use. I just used it to put all your little bags in. So you can use that for anything later on. But there's all kind of little bags down in the big bag. And it's your happy rock, your prayer rock, your friendship angel, just all kind of things down in there. All of the little things are down in that. This is the bundle of quotes. This is your little bag right here. This is a tissue paper that you will coffee dye, bake in the oven, and then tuck it back down in the back of your bag. I bake the bag too. Coffee dye the bag, bake the bag. Then I glue this lace on. This is your little, in this bag here is your little stuff for the grandma tag, except for the words. The words are on that sheet of paper. So after that, you have the 3 pages of Encourager newsletters, and all of that will have to be baked and then put together. I fold them to put them down in the little book that I made for it. You'll see how to do that once you get it in. And then you have all of your little groups of quotes, and that doily is just to stick down in there. There was the smiley face and the bird and the heart, and they are in there. Everything will need to be, if you want it to look like the bags that I'm making, everything will have to be coffee dyed. or tea, however you want to do it, and baked in the oven. And remember, if you want to do the cinnamon, on the little books, I did the cinnamon, and you sprinkle it on the coffee, on the paper that is already wet with coffee, right before you put it in the oven. In fact, I sprinkle the cinnamon on the cookie sheet, and then after I get it sprinkled on, I spritz it with water. That secures it to your paper. Once it's baked, very little of that will come back off. And then I turn it over and do the other side too. So I do both sides of the paper. And there will be a little book in there and that little package of quotes. And it'll have there's a ribbon to go around the little package of quotes. And that's where the stick goes. The reason I haven't packaged these yet to mail is because I'm waiting for these sticks to totally dry, because I told you before in the other video that I forgot to get cinnamon sticks. So I just went out in the woods and got a stick that I thought was pretty sturdy and would work. And I soaked them, all those sticks, I broke them into this length. I soaked them all day in a strong cinnamon solution. And I put a little vanilla in there too. So I soaked those all day yesterday. And then I forgot to take them out last night, so I had to take them out this morning. And so they'll be drying all day, so I'm sure they're dry all the way down in there. This one still feels a little moist, and I've been up a couple hours already working, so. But it'll be totally dry before I wrap these packages. But this little stick will go in the little, you can watch the other video, and I show everything individually on there. But this little stick will go in the bow on that little oblong package of quotes. Let's see. Everything is in here. The little bags you will have left over to use for just anything you want. I'll get these off tomorrow. I think that's it on the bags. If you have any question, I'm so worried about these bags because I don't want you to spend the money and then not be able to put it together. And I tell you, they overwhelmed me. I make jokes about my ADHD and OCD, but I really am that way. I have ADHD. And I'm telling you, when you get so many pieces like this to put together, and then you've got orders for 21 of them, it just almost threw me over the deep end, I tell you what. But, and I just couldn't deal with it. And so I tried just doing one at a time, and there was still so many parts in this bag, and knowing I had 21 to do. And then the orders just kept coming in. I stopped at 21, but the orders just kept coming in. So I'm glad you like the bags. I'm thrilled you like the bags. I love the bags myself. I may put me one together and put it in my little display in the kitchen. I have a shelf where I bought just a few things from other junk journal makers, and they don't have this much of a grungy look, but they do go along with my look and the look in our home and all that, which is grungy. But I may put me together one. I do love the bags, but they are so overwhelming. I do still have the list. This is the first 3 on the list after we did the new list. I just don't know how long it will take me to get down that list. I just don't know because it was so overwhelming. But I still have the list. Now, right now, today I'm going to do my little devotional and all that stuff, get all that out of the way, and get some lunch and supper on. And then I'm going to work on a book that I found online, and I don't even know what it's called, but it is the most grungy book I have ever seen in my life. And I'm going to try to make one, and if I can make one, I'm going to make 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and I'll have those next week. I don't know that it's going to work because it is the most unusual book I've ever seen. It's going to be on the order of the Grandpa's Logbook, except this is going to be for you grandmas or the grandpas too if you want them. But it's just, I just swooned when I saw that. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. So I'm going to be working on that. I've already been working on it just a little bit today to get my papers together and my fabrics together, because you use very grungy paper, homemade paper mainly, and I have quite a bit of homemade paper. I'm going to have to get Geezer to whip me up some more. But you use a lot of homemade paper because it's rough even on the inside, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful, breathtaking book. And that book is going to run about $25 or $35, no more than $35. I'm going to keep them small so I can keep them down around $25 or $35, then plus your postage. So we've got that coming up, and I'll try to have those. I'm not going to do them during your craft show. And let me tell you about the craft show. Those little books, though, I will try to have sometime next week. We're going to try to have an online craft show at Grandma's Junk Journals from Grandma with Love. And if you want to be in our craft show, you have to come over and join us at Junk Journals from Grandma with Love. This is going to be a 2-day craft show. We've never done this before. I don't know how it's going to go. It could be a lot of fun. Oh, my goodness. Or it could be a huge disaster. We don't know what to expect yet. But we're going to try it and see what happens. So what you do is you have to first come over and join us if you're not already a part of us. We are a fun group. We do fun things. We know each other. It's not like you go to other groups and you see a name and think, oh, well, that name looks familiar. I think I've seen them in the junk journal world before. But no, we know each other. We know about our problems and our worries, and we have a question of the day Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we don't do just junk journal questions. We do things like, what's for supper, or what'd you have for supper last night, or what's your favorite craft besides, favorite hobby besides crafting. You know, we really get to know each other as friends, and that's what we want to do. That's the way we want it to be. But back to the craft show. We're going to have a 2-day craft show starting next Friday morning. I will make one post. You must post under that post. You can put your picture. You have to put a picture of the item you want to sell. One item only per person on this one. We're just testing the waters here. So one item you can sell. You have to put the description of the item. You have to put a picture of the item. You have to put the dimensions, approximate dimensions of it, and kind of what it is, or what it includes, or whatever, and your price. And if there's shipping added on, you must say that. You are totally responsible for that sale. I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with it if it's a disaster. I have nothing to do with it if it is a success, except I'm posting the post. There is no commission. Whatever you make out of it, you get totally on your own. You are totally responsible for getting it right off to that person. It must be ready, done, and ready to ship before you post it next Friday morning. The post will stay up until I log on Sunday morning, and I log on about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up every morning at 3 or 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. So when I log on Sunday morning, that post will be deleted. So that's it. You're going to be totally responsible for any item you want to sell. You have to be ready to ship it right out to that person. And if you want to you have communication underneath your comment there where you're talking about your item, or the two of you can go to private messenger and wrap it up that way. So that's the way we're going to do it. We're just going to test the waters and see. It's going to run from Friday morning when I log on and I make the post. You must post only under that post in the comments. You must put a picture and description. I've been through all this just now. We're just going to see how it goes. So many have messaged me and wanted to know if they could sell something on the page. And, if we did that, we would have our page so full of things for sale. And we don't want to do that. We want to be a community of just friends, just talking about our love of hobbies and junk journals and crafting and all that. So we want it to stay that way, but we'll see how this goes. If it is a success, we'll do it again. I don't know. We'll just see. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, I just want to come in and say hi this morning and tell you about our craft show that's coming up. Come over and join us at Junk Journals from Grandma with Love. We are a fun, fun, fun group. I'm telling you, we are different. We are different at Grandma's house. So come over and join us. I'll get these off in the morning. One is going to New Zealand. I will put the Sweet Annie in the 2 in the States, but the one going to New Zealand, she says she can't have the stick because of, they check the packages if there's any scent or anything, the border control or whatever it is, patrol. But the two in the States will have a little sprig of Sweet Annie in it and the stick. The one going out of the States will not, but it has everything else. And I'm going to get back on the books and have a little fun for a while. This has been a very tedious 3 or 4 weeks with these bags. Oh, my goodness gracious. Rachel. But we'll just see. Okay, that's it. I'm going to get downstairs and get this uploaded and posted. Hope you all have a super duper grand and groovy zippity doo dah day. I hope you get a little kindness and spread a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go. We're going through some tough times, and everybody's having tough times right now. So just be kind to everybody you meet, because you don't know what they're going through, what they've been through, what's ahead for them. Just so much going on. Okay, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I love you all.